Alright, what we got here is an ultralight Bushcrafter from Bark River. This thing came to me pretty dull. Matter of fact, extremely dull. I'm just going to attempt to sharpen it. You can see it won't even barely bite into the paper at all. It just doesn't. This right here is an elk handled, stag elk handled 3V ultralight Bushcrafter from Bark River. So came, like I said, from the factory, very dull. I tried thinking, well, maybe I'll just drop it, but definitely wasn't going to do the trick. So we're just going to attempt to sharpen it. Got my sanding block here upside down on my vise. This was some 220. Got my water. You always need plenty of paper towels. And if you can see, I've got tape over the actual Bark River logo and over the compass logo as well. It's that tape right here you get from the post office. I think it's like $3.99. So I've already got my sandpaper staged. Well, there's a sheath for it. Really nice sheath. Put some oven offs on that, and I got me a little ferro rod put in there. But yeah, we're just gonna try this. I'm gonna stop this video a few times because I just don't think I'll be able to have all of the I think my phone will hold all of it, so we'll just kind of go for it and see what happens. Let's kind of roll it. Feel for the burr. That's the kind of motion I'm going to make here, so I'll get back with you guys as soon as we're done with this step. I'm going to bring you guys back in on this so you can see the kind of motion I'm making. I'm just kind of rolling it for that convex edge, like 5. Then I'll work towards the outside by lifting the handle up. You can actually see that burr kick out. This 220 grit kind of does that pretty easy. Work to my other side, opening up the handle. So that's the kind of motion I'm going to make. So I'll get back with you. You know, like I said before, this is a 200 and I think $65, $70 knife. So I really wasn't happy when I got it and found out that, you know, right away it just went sharpened. But you know, that's life. Sometimes things come to you that way, and you just have to be willing to do the work. I was gonna actually reach out to Dixie Apostle P about sharpening this knife for me. I did watch his videos, and I'm like, you know, and then I did it to my marbles. That marbles I bought at the estate sale, so put this kind of edge on it. I figure, you know, he can do it. He's got the skills to do it, and he's got the bravery to do it. But I figure I could too. He's really good, really informative videos. If you haven't watched them, go over to the Apostle P channel. The guy's a wealth of knowledge, very skilled at the craft as well. So go give it a shot. Go watch him do it. All right, we're starting to get just a little bite here, just a little bit. So I'm going to keep working this 220 for a little bit longer. Real light right now. Do a tip, kind of just touch your handle up. See that? I don't know if you can see that or not, but just a little bit of burr sticking up there. White again on this side. I get get to that 600, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, it'll start to really get glassy. Really get glassy. So, I'm gonna keep working this. So. All right, she's starting to get a little bit of bite to her. What I'm gonna do now is move up to the 600 wet. See what she'll do. Hang tight, I'm gonna switch it out. All right, one thing you wanna do is you wanna throw your paper towels away between each grit. This is the wet dry. You can get this sometimes at hardware stores, automotive stores, definitely for your higher grit, your 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, more likely O'Reilly's or somewhere like that. It's gonna have that for you if you can't find it at a hardware store. So I'm gonna put some water on here. I'm going to go real shallow here. So. I'm going to try to blend those markings too. You know, if you got some 220 grit markings on there you need to get rid of, you need to start now. That way you're not trying to chase it down with that higher grit later. So just stick with me here. She's getting a little bitey again, boys. She's getting a little bitey, so we like that. We like where we're heading. And I'm just gonna count 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do this on each side a little bit. 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Just gonna go back and forth like that for a while. Get her nice and sharp on that 600. That way we're not chasing it down later, you know, trying to get it sharp with 2,000 grit sandpaper. So it's important at this phase to try to get it as sharp as you can before you move on. The best thing to happen when you're starting to sharpen knives, you get a big old thick Bass Pro catalog. That way you got something to cut on to test it out. Let's see if we got any action on the paper or not. Better than it was when I bought it. Or when it was delivered, I should say. But oh, look at that. We're getting some action, boys. Getting some action. Yeah, we'll just keep going on this 600 for a little bit. All right, so what we're doing now is just alternating 6 strokes per side, 3, then come out the edge and do 3. Same on this side, 3, come out on the edge and do 3. Just kind of back and forth, real lightly. It ain't gonna take much on this 600 grit. It'll work. Just gotta trust in the process, I guess. You know. Again, I'm not as good as the Apostle P. You guys want to learn how to do this, you head on over there and watch that guy. I'm a novice at best. Especially with this highfalutin professional sharpener I've made myself. But you know, I could have made one out of leather, but you know, just use what you got. You know, just feel it. Feel it being glassy and just work it. So we're just gonna keep doing this for a little bit longer. I'll get back with you. All right, let's see if we're making any progress on this thing. There we go. Oh, that's wet. That ain't gonna work. Not at all. Not at all, Jerry. Maybe she was stropped. We cut some wet paper, but there we go. That's a lot better than she was. Helps if you cut the paper, bud. She's getting better. Just gotta trust in the process. We're just gonna keep going here. Moving up the face of the knife a little bit so I get that nice convex. So I'm just gonna keep working it. I'm not gonna lie, that's 3V. Whew, she takes a while, boys. This is on 600. So it's about time to move up. trying to get the face of that blade some more. We don't have really wonky scratch patterns in our 3V steel on our $260 elk handled knife. I tell you. But I gotta give it to Bark River. They are pushing out the products. They have really starting to expand up there, I think, because they got such high demand. And one thing, I watched an interview with Mike Stewart, and one thing he's doing is actually helping people rehabilitate back into the workforce. So I'm all for that. You know, I go up there and teach them a trade and learn about stuff like this, and get them a whole new lease on life while they're there. So nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing at all wrong with that. So I'm just gonna keep working to face this blade a little bit. I'll get back with you. Yeah, I found a little spot in the belly there I kind of want to work on. Just a little catch right there when I'm trying to drag it through that paper. So I'm just gonna see if I can work the belly of that a little bit. Don't be afraid to put more water on your paper. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Just make it a little smoother. A little smoother. This makes her a little smoother. This makes her run a little better. Just like engine oil. See, it's got that catch right there. Really can't see it. Let me see if I can put the old flashlight on there. See it? Yeah, just a little spot right there. We'll just work on it a little bit right there. I'm still just working that spot where I see those imperfections. Just little itty bitty spots. I gotta have a flashlight because I can't see a doggone thing anymore. Getting blinded by old age. Alright, let's see what we can see now. Alright, she's getting better. Gotta get my scratch patterns even again. But I bought this knife to use, so I'm really not concerned about scratch patterns and all that. I did buy it to use, so I like the size of it. I like that I can kind of take it where I need to, if I need to. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Oh yeah, all the way up to the edge. See, it's focusing on that one little spot there when you find it. And I find it with a flashlight to see where the light's reflecting. There's still just a little bit there, but I mean, hell, that's close enough for government work right there. Close enough for government work. That's what they used to say when I was a kid. Keep working and I'll get back with you in a second. All right, we worked it with this 600 for a while. I think it's getting close. So in time, I think I'm gonna move up to 1,000 now, boys. Throw this stuff away and get some clean stuff to start on 1,000. I've only got one sheet of this 1,000 left, so I gotta make her last. Ah shit! I had to suck if that would have broke. This thing ain't the best quality sharpener you can buy, but let's drop it twice. Who cares? Once wasn't good enough. God dang. Then since this don't go far enough, I'll just put some tape right there on her to hold her. That's what we're going to do. Some good old paint tape. Cheap, you can pick this stuff up. Dime a dozen out there. Dime a dozen. I got all kinds of this crap because I suck at painting, so I gotta mask stuff off. Close that so she'll actually wrap around there. So, yeah. I mean, it ain't gotta be perfect, boys. You know, we're from the sticks of West Virginia. We just make stuff work. She ain't gotta look all professional and whatnot, so. Put this in my high dollar vise I got here. Come free with the house when I bought it. Oh, my knees, they just can't take it anymore. And this is the wet dry as well, so anything 600 and up, I'll be using that wet dry. Oh. These are my hair cutting scissors right here. Cut that so it's not sticking up. There we go. We just put some water on her and do the same thing with this as we did with our 600. So, you know, just kind of counter strokes. Do like 5 and 5. Come over here, and I don't know if that was 5. 5 until we're up. 4, 5. 4, 5. And also want to hit the face pretty good, you know, just not really the face, but the actual. This is more of like a Scandiax knife, so get those scratch patterns all out of there nice and even. So do like a 3 and 3. I'll just keep doing this and I'll get back with you. All right, we've just hit this 1000 grit just a little bit, just a wee little bit. It's getting better. I'll hit them. There's little catches in there. We'll get those out of the way. Son of a gun. We'll just keep going. I'm bleeding. I just rubbed a spot in my finger off. That happens. Yeah, she's getting sticky. Just keep working it. I'll get back with you. The flies are eating me alive. She is starting to shave. So we do have some shaving action on the 1000 grit. So I don't know if you guys could see that or not. Well, let's keep moving. All right, like I've been saying, this is the 1000. Now it's getting glassy, like you just feel the knife kind of just slide real nice and easy. Just real nice and easy, especially that water on there. Like I said, this is automotive. Well, I don't know if this is automotive, but if you want the 1000 grit up to 2000 and you can't find it, hit to your O'Reilly's Advanced Auto. I'm an O'Reilly's guy myself. Like I said, in there last weekend, told him what I was gonna do with that sandpaper because he thought I was painting a car or something. He said, well, damn. I said, yep, she is. It's sticky. Whew, it's getting sticky. It's what you want. You want it when it's just sticking right under your finger. Get that edge. A couple more times with this and we're gonna roll to the 1500. One thing I like to do, like you go back and forth, but if you hit this side, say 3-4 times, you know there's a little micro-burr on there, so I just take it and just do that on the opposite side. It's real easy to try to knock that micro-burr off there. It'll help you get a better feel for kind of how sharp your knife is. That way you're just not chasing burr all day long. Oh yeah, she's getting better. It's 3V. Tell you, I've never sharpened it before. Tonight's my first time, and it's not easy. But you know, if it's easy, everybody do it, right? All right, I'm gonna hit this a couple more times, and I'll get back with you. All right, before we move to the 1500, just get a little sneaky power. Oh, wait, it's just biting in there quick. So it's biting in there fast, and then you stop, and it just wants to chew on it because it's just, it's wanting to eat, boys. It's wanting to eat. All right, I'm gonna change this out. All right, this is 1500. This is this Gator paper, this Gator sandpaper. It's a little better quality. So we're gonna just do the same thing really that we've been doing. Kind of hit the face a little bit, try to get those scratches blended. It doesn't take a lot of pressure either. She'll start feeling glassy. I'm not even counting my strokes, honestly. Just kind of getting a feel for it. Guess if you're watching, you can count for me. All right, I'm gonna hit this. I'll get back with you. I want you guys to look too at this tape. Get it at the post office. This blue roll here. I think $3.99. Didn't even charge me tax. I guess it's because they, I don't know, government, you know how it is. But yeah, use that to cover your etchings or any type of engravings or anything. And I've been hitting this sandpaper and I run it all the way up the edge and it didn't take it off there. That guy wasn't lying. He said that stuff would work, and my God, she did. So I'm pretty impressed with it. When I'm on my lunch break today, got that. So blue roll of tape at your local post office. $3.99. All right, I'm gonna keep doing this till she gets real glassy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is that 1500 wet. See how quiet it's getting? That's what you want, that in quiet slices. So I'm just gonna keep hitting this for a while. All right, I had to go get some dinner. They made some pizza. We're back. I think I said earlier this is 2,000 here, but no, this is 1,500. Sorry. This is the 1,500. I'm just used to watching Apostle P. He goes from 1,000 to 2,000. I just want to take slower steps. I'm not as good as he is, so I just wanted to put some 1,500 on here just to make sure, you know. I guess it can't hurt. She's a little bitey. She'll get you. We just had the old DiGiorno's. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno's. That's not a white trash supper. I don't know what it is, boys, on a Friday night. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Let's see what she's like here. She's glassy. There's something about the edge of this paper, man. There's something wrong with that. I don't know. So yeah, just get her a couple more times. I'll move on to the two. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but let's try to see if she'll cut hair. Oh yeah, shaving sharp, boys. Shaving. Well, testing. Oh boy. All right, we're gonna move to the 2,000 now. Just to kind of show you guys what I picked up at the auto store. This is Master Pro Wet Dry Finishing. So I'm gonna get that on there. I don't even know if I showed you guys the sander. This is just something you pick up at Ace Hardware. You used to probably block drywall or something with, you know. Paid $10 for that. All right, this is the 2,000 grit. I'm gonna get it nice and wet, you know. At this point, it ain't gonna matter how much water's on there or not. It's gonna be pretty slick, pretty quick. Doing like a 3 and 3, like 3, then tilt it back up to get the front, or the belly and the tip. You'll feel it get real glassy. I mean, that's the word I use, glassy. I don't know if anyone else uses that word or not, but that's the word I use for it. You'll just feel it get slick and just glide over the sandpaper. I don't know what this will look like as far as like the scratch pattern and stuff, but it's definitely gonna be sharper than it was, because she was dull, just right out of the box dull. But again, you know, hey, I understand, things happen. Probably shouldn't buy a $270 knife if you don't know how to sharpen them. I know when I was younger and I would get my cases, and, you know, you don't know how to sharpen them, you gotta pay someone? I don't think so, bud. Good luck. All right, I'm gonna do this a little bit and I'll get back with you guys. I'm cutting some paper here. All right, if you made it this far in the video, you know we're at 2,000 grit. Nice and quiet. We'll also strop this up to 12,000. The Barking River White 12,000 grit compound on the grain side of the leather. We'll work up to that though. We'll start with 3,000 black, 6,000 green, and then 12,000 white. That's how we'll progress on that. So just kind of finishing up here. Of course, I'm bleeding all over the place. Oh, this is crazy. Cut both my ring fingers open on something. I'm not sure if it's the sandpaper I'm cutting it on or the knife edge, but yeah, we're bleeding on both of them. Oh well. If you ain't bleeding, you ain't trying, all right? Oh, all right. All right, so you guys remember what it was like when I first got it out here, right? This is unstropped as well, so we will strop this, but it ain't gonna get much better than that, I don't think. This is 3V, which is pretty tough steel to work with, so. But, yeah. I probably could have got a little better all the way back, but that's elk handle, and I just didn't want to get close to it too much with sandpaper, so we'll take this inside. All right, we got our strops here. We got them loaded up. I don't know if all this is going to fit on one video or not, but I hope it does. This is the black 3,000 grit. I like to hit it like 10 times on each side. Always put a clean paper towel down too on these double-sided ones. That way you don't get no kitchen gunk on your strops. You know, you don't want your crumbs and what you've been eating all week at the table getting in your strops. I like to mix it up too, like I said in my other videos. So we're just going to continue hitting this black one here for a while, and we'll test it here when we're done. I'll get back with you guys here in just a second. All right, this is on the black 3,000 here. Quiet that is. It's going to be tough to beat that right there, boys. She is sharp. Like I said, I've not dealt with this 3V much. This is I think it's my first time ever sharpening 3V, honestly. So hopefully it works out good. I'll get back with you. Another thing I've preached before too is use clean paper towels every time you're switching your compounds on your strops and things like that. You don't want to mix your black with your green, the black with the white, and all that. Try to keep it separate if you can. Let's see how good this is right here. Things are definitely speeding up with this, so she's sharp, boys. She is sharp. Ooh. Oof. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna get a clean paper towel. just gonna put it under this paper towel, and that way I'm not mixing up anything. And we're gonna flip her to the green on the grain side of this strop. I'll clear our knife off a little bit here. That way we're not mixing stuff up. You don't want to mix stuff up. Old Apostle P taught me well. I'll hit this and then we'll test it out and get back with you. Okay, we've run a few times through this strop here. I don't know, boys. Think it worked? I think she worked. I think my $10 sharpener out there is worth $10. I don't know. Well, there are a few more times before we go to the white. One thing, I don't know if you can pick this up, but on camera, but one thing about this compound from Bark River, it just melts into this leather. Once you start working it just melts right in there. Of course, the compound I had before come off Amazon, so it's hard to tell if that's even a real compound. This is working pretty good, ain't gonna lie. All right, we put our old Viking strap up. Getting out the old homemade jewel. I loaded this beforehand with some white. One thing you want to do, again, clean paper towel. This is the grain side of a nice thick piece of leather, if you guys can see. I can't see the back side of the camera, but you see how thick that leather is. It was a good chunk of leather. They just gave that to me for buying knives, so yeah, and this is already starting to melt in there too. I loaded up there probably 10 minutes ago and she's just melted in there. Nice and slick. I'll hit this a few times to get back. I wish you guys would stay on here, but I'm doing this with my phone. I don't know how much storage it takes and all this and that. I'm a dummy with this technology, so I'll get back with you in a second. Let's test her out after just a few minutes on that. Oh God, it's so quiet. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but Jesus. Oh, and our tape has stayed on there. I can't tell what you guys can see and what you can't see, but that tape stayed on there. Worked out pretty good. I'm glad I watched those videos that Apostle P put up, man. He's good at this stuff, and anytime you can watch somebody and learn something, it's worth the time put into it. You know, I don't watch TV, don't have cable, don't have all that fancy shows and direct TV and all that. You know, I pretty much just watch knife videos on my phone and then lift weights. That's about it. That's my life. Of course I work, but you know, it's not that hard of a job. All right, I'll do this a little bit more and get back with you. I just don't know how much better this can get. I don't want to push my luck with this thing, but it is just really super really sharp. You know, it's just the end of the paper and the knife is getting in there and digging. Yeah, I don't know, boys. I was leaving work today and ran into an elevator mechanic, and he's a super nice guy. And this guy, I mean, he builds motorcycles. This guy knows how to do everything. And he was watching your videos, and man, those are interesting. I didn't know anyone watched them, but when a guy who works with his hands all day and builds motorcycles at night commends you on what you're doing, it makes you feel kind of good. And, you know, especially a tradesman like that, you know, a guy can do a lot of stuff. So I told him about this knife and how I got it, and it really wasn't that sharp, and actually it wasn't sharp at all. I don't know. That happens, though. Hell, I don't care. I can sharpen them. He said, well, if you do it, he said, you better record it because I want to watch it. So that's the main reason I recorded this tonight. I already recorded one video today on a Case Mini Trapper I got that's kind of fancy, but this right here is my bread and butter. This is my bread and butter right here, fellas. This is what I really enjoy doing. This gives me some time to just sit back and not think about stuff and just I think that's good. I'm gonna unwrap this and show you guys, so hang tight. All right, there she is in all of her glory. This is my Bark River ultralight Bushcrafter in 3V with elk stag handle. Got the nice Bushcrafter sheath with the ferro rod, just in case you need to start a fire or something. But there it is. It's a beautiful knife, and now she's sharp and ready to do some work. So thanks for tagging along and watching this long ass video of me sharpening this dull ass knife. Leave a hate comment. Who cares? See ya.